Hi, it's Kiffin Lobates here, and today I thought I would talk a bit about culture and community and tradition and things like that. And the reason for this topic is because today is Midsummer's Eve in Finland. Now, in the UK, people generally speaking don't celebrate Midsummer unless they're Druids, and if they're Druids, then they probably celebrated 3 or 4 days ago when the actual solstice occurred rather than on this Friday. But in Finland, Midsummer's a big deal. It's part of their culture, and they celebrate it on the weekend closest to the 20th or 21st of June. It really is a big deal. If you're Finnish and you have a cottage, you go off into the countryside and you maybe meet up with friends. People make bonfires. They collect flowers to put under their pillow if they're young, in order to supposedly dream of the person you're going to marry. That's just a bit of folklore there. Now it's a bit of fun. And there's also a darker side. There is a lot of drinking, and as a result, the rate of drownings goes up tremendously over the weekend. So everything always has a dark side. But on the whole, it's a fun, jolly occasion with sauna and beating yourself with birch switches for the health benefits of the saps within the leaves and so on and so forth. Now, the reason why I'm talking about culture is because it's the thing that binds a group of people together. Their cuisine, their traditions, their language, the myths on which their history is kind of built, all add up to give people a sense of belonging. And I would guess that belonging is there in Maslow's hierarchy of needs as a fairly important thing in the life of a human being. And the funny thing is that when you look at virtual communities, the same processes immediately start taking place. I've noticed this in the Authorverse. A bunch of in-jokes have appeared. Some of the stuff I can engineer, but most of the stuff just evolves of its own accord. The memes and the kind of conversations make their own way and build the history of the community. And that's what's so funny about NFT communities, is you get a sense sometimes when you read about them that they feel that they're inventing this for the first time. But of course they're not. This is as old as humanity, and it's tapping into a core aspect of what it is to be human. So it's not surprising it occurs. It is important, and it is what gives those communities their life force. And when it breaks down, then that's for the disaster of the NFT project. The same happens in companies as well, of course. They build up their own traditions and culture and community in the same way that, for example, universities and other societies do too. And the question then is the culture that is being built actually beneficial to us, or is it ultimately detrimental? And if it's detrimental, we can but hope that that culture eventually dies a death together with the company that spawned it. But sometimes these cultures can have a long lifespan. Anyway, a bit of meandering here because it's kind of a philosophical time for me. I hope you found this interesting, and we'll get back to some engineering stuff next week when the holiday here is over. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.